So as you can see in this picture in front of us, that nearly 8.7 million estimated species of plants and animals are existing on Earth, and humans are one of them. But it seems now that it has become, it's like they don't exist, it's like more like only we are existing. And the other creatures seem to be existing more for us. It's not like that we are existing together, it's more like we are the bosses, it's more like resources that are there rather than other creatures over here. So what exactly is happening because of this? Yeah. So why is biodiversity important? We keep talking about biodiversity so much. We have studied these through our school textbooks. Why is it so important? One is whether it's genetic diversity, we need to protect freshwater resources. We need to recover from natural disasters sooner, maintaining balance of the ecosystem. All this balance is very, very important over here because all life forms are ultimately interconnected. Like you just saw in the video, you pull one end of the chain and the whole chain gets affected, the whole cycle gets affected. So be it the soil, be it the food chain, be it different habitats, be it food, be it animals, creatures, sea, water, land, everything is interconnected. So the plants are growing on the soil. There is water. There we get food from the plants. There's sunshine that is coming. Sunlight over here is coming. And animals maintain a healthy ecosystem. So humans are mostly morally and intellectually superior. So what do we then do? What is still happening? This is Dalai Lama's quote over here. Okay. We have still disregarded and disrespected all the other forms because we have always looked at us. So these are not objects that we pick and throw. No, the humans have used their population and technology have helped us reach out to more creatures. But Mother Earth is no longer in a position to quietly take it all on. We have to somewhere create a kind of respect for the planet around us. And that is what the greatest religious scriptures and people have said. So these are some of the statistics that we wanted to share with you. You spoke about sustainable clothing. 72 billion animals are killed for food and clothing each year. Ozone has been depleted by 5 to 6%. Planet's temperature has risen about 2.12 degrees Fahrenheit. 86.8% of all the oceans on the planet have been damaged by human activities. At least 900 species have gone extinct in the last 5 centuries. 82.7 million people across 80 countries are facing extreme levels of acute hunger. More than 100 million animals suffer abuse every year. And they're suffering abuse, be it in the entertainment industry, be it in the clothing industry, cosmetics industry. They are facing, it's all rampant around us, pollution, everything, but still it affects us. We don't tend to get affected by it. So how have humans affected the human chain? In these chains, what do we see? There are no humans in it, but there is human in it. So in these cycles, you can see that animals are there. We have encroached upon the space of animals and plants. Sometimes it has to do with, we need to create our own houses. Our population is increasing. We have destroyed forests and we are creating our own houses. And as intelligent beings, we are supposed to protect this chain, but we are using this intelligence to further destroy in the name of food, in the name of survival. So what do we do? So this is one of the things that is happening is anthropocentrism, which means when everything happens from human-centered, but it is mostly relevant philosophical form. It is the ethical belief that humans alone possess intrinsic value. In contradiction, all other beings hold value only in their ability to serve humans. Means we value other creatures, we value other creatures on the planet based on how they are serving us. So sometimes you'll see one community worshipping another animal or holding it sacred. But why are we doing this? Because we're getting something out of the creature. Why is it that some animals are regarded as unlucky and then we mistreat? Because Maybe it's causing us some harm. So isn't this whole anthropocentric thing? So why don't we just create an ecosystem, respecting, giving each other the space, live and let live, is what it is coming out of. So how do we see anthropocentrism in plants and in animals? You see, in plants, we kind of create hybrid plants. We create native varieties that will bring profit with yield. And so invasive plants become problems. So we'll remove them. In animals, we will buy a dog that is more fashionable, that is more status, that uplifts our status, rather than adopting a desi, because desi dogs don't profit breeders and are not status symbol. They don't sit with the standard of beauty. You would rather shell out a lot of money, would rather keep a dog that is not suited to this climate rather than adopting a stray. We'll be okay with pets, but we'll not be okay with animals on the street. In reality, we are all interconnected and of equal importance. So how do we create an ideal world? We create an ideal world through a clean climate, having safe animals, safe environment, quality of health, happiness and satisfaction of life, love and care for all, trust and empathy amongst humans and animals, no wars. These are all these steps that you suggested that you do are ensuring these. But how do we ensure that others do the same? These are simple things that you can start. And today, anything can become a trend. Adopting, not shopping, caring for birds and strays around. Simple things that can be done. Don't cut trees for convenience. Take up a plant-forward diet. Buy cruelty-free items. Choose animal-free entertainment. Zero waste lifestyle. A clean kitchen won't attract insects. So you don't have to, cleanliness is first step to ensuring this balance and harmony. Teaching to your children, teaching to the children around, teaching to the maids, the drivers, since they are one of the most active people in the community. For teach kindness and respect for all living beings to your maids, drivers, and their children. Show others how easy it is to be kind and helpful to others, to animals. Don't judge others. You start something, others will follow. What we need to do for an ideal world? We first need to respect all beings. Second, living consciously, knowing what your actions. Be conscious about your actions. Be conscious of not throwing that thing out of a car. Be conscious that, like, when there are dogs around, that you don't pelt stones. Be conscious that you can use that extra food that is left over at home to feed the animals, community animals around. Do things consciously. When you start doing things consciously, repetitively, becomes a part of your system. Let other living beings be. So what are some of the ways in which you can practice live and let live? Now we would like to hear from you.
So the one thing that I have done, maybe it's a small thing, but yeah, rather than buying the pets from a shop, I have given a shelter to 2 dogs and 3 cats. They were just as you said in the PPT, like we should do the go ahead with the desi breeds, not the breed which is there for just the luxury or just for the status. I had 3 cats and 2 dogs. Yeah, I think this is a thing that I have done and something which makes me happy.
Right. Thank you so much, Nilisha. Anybody else?
Okay, so there were recently like a dog in my street just recently had like babies. So what I do is like I feed them sometimes, and in return, they come to the house and they allow us to play with them. So it's a sort of very I'd say it's very fulfilling to have that experience with them. So yeah.
I've been doing this for years actually. I live on the top floor and I put a big bowl of water for the birds. But I noticed that this bowl is not helpful only for the birds. There are so many other animals that come there, including ants and the honeybees. And there are, all kinds of birds. It's just not the regular pigeons, but many other birds also come. And there's another bowl which I keep on the ground floor, and there I find that it's not only the dogs, cats, and I even saw owl. And I also saw under the bowl, there were only once I've seen this, that is a handful of snails, which were just, around the bowl. So it is just not, birds that come and are helped because of this bowl of water. I think it helps, call it a million lives. It really helps so many of them. I think a very good idea to put a bowl of water either on your terrace or wherever you find place for them.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I, Nilisha, on the behalf of the National Service Scheme of Lady Shriram College for Women, thanks Vasanti ma'am and Ishpita ma'am and Straw India for such a wonderful session. The sessions where we learn about how to live and let live, to not just make our lives better, but the lives of the environment and the biodiversity. Thank you so much for this beautiful session and making our perfect Valentine week more fruitful to us.